When you grow up in a family that measures love by success, failure isn't just disappointing, it's unforgivable. My parents were proud people, and my sister, Lila, was their golden child. She had the perfect grades, the perfect fiancé, and a career that made them brag to anyone who would listen. I was the quiet one, the dreamer. I didn't chase degrees or titles, I chased ideas. And that was my first mistake, at least in their eyes. After college, I turned down a corporate job offer to start a small design business. I believed in it, believed in myself, but it didn't take long before the struggle started. Bills piled up, clients disappeared, and my parents' patience ran out. I remember the night it happened vividly. Dad called. His voice was colder than usual. "We've decided we can't support you financially anymore," he said. "You made your choice. You wanted independence, now live with it." I didn't argue. I just said, "Okay." The next morning, I saw the message he'd sent to the family group chat. "We're cutting Luke off financially. It's time he learned responsibility." I didn't expect sympathy, but what came next hit harder than I thought it would. My sister, Lila, reacted to the message with a thumbs up. No words. No defense. Just approval. I stared at my screen for a long time, my chest tightening. She'd always been competitive, but this felt different, cruel, even. I left the group chat without saying a word. The next few months were rough. I worked 2 part-time jobs, one delivering packages during the day, another designing logos for small businesses at night. I barely slept, barely ate, but I refused to quit. There were moments when giving up would have been easier, but every time I felt like stopping, I remembered that message. That little thumbs up became my fire. I poured everything into my work. Slowly, things started to change. One of my logo designs caught the attention of a local cafe chain. They hired me to redesign their entire brand. Then another client came. And another. Within a year, I wasn't just surviving, I was building something real. By the end of that second year, I'd launched my own design agency. I hired 2 employees, rented a small office downtown, and landed a deal with an international company that wanted me to lead their rebranding project. Then, one afternoon, I got an email from Lila. "Hey, Luke. Hope you're doing well. I saw your company mentioned in a business magazine. That's amazing. By the way, I might need some help. The firm I work for is looking for a design consultant. Thought of you. Can we meet?" I read the message twice before replying. "Sure. Let's meet at the office next week." When she arrived, her eyes widened. The last time she saw me, I was living in a 1-room apartment. Now, I had glass walls, a clean workspace, and employees greeting me as Mr. Turner. "Wow," she said softly. "You've really built something here." "Yeah," I said with a smile. "It's been a long road." We sat down, and she explained her company's project. When she finished, she hesitated. "Luke, about what happened? The group message. I shouldn't have." I raised a hand gently. "You don't need to explain. I get it. You agreed with them. You thought I was making a mistake." She bit her lip. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I just thought you were being reckless." "I know," I said. "And maybe I was. But sometimes you need to lose everything to find what you're really made of." She looked at me for a moment, then smiled. "You proved me wrong." I leaned back in my chair, meeting her eyes. "You didn't just prove me wrong. You motivated me." She frowned slightly. "What do you mean?" I chuckled. "That message, the one where you liked Dad's text, I screenshotted it. Every time I felt like giving up, I looked at it. It reminded me why I needed to keep going." Her face flushed with embarrassment, but then she laughed softly. "So I guess I should take some credit for your success?" "Maybe a little," I said with a grin. We ended up working together on her company's project. It went so well that her boss later hired my agency for multiple contracts. Over time, our relationship healed. A few months later, Mom and Dad came to visit my office for the first time. Dad shook my hand, something he hadn't done in years, and said, "You made us proud, son." I smiled but didn't gloat. I didn't need to. I'd learned something much more important than pride. forgiveness feels better than revenge, and success is the quietest, strongest answer to doubt. Sometimes the people who hurt you aren't villains. They're just part of the fire that forges who you're meant to become. And that little thumbs up that once felt like betrayal? It became the spark that changed everything.